I am Curran Bhatia. We are at the legendary Mohan's Tailors in Midtown Manhattan, steps away from Grand Central. And I am joined by Victor Mohan, CEO.
Yes.
Hello, sir. How are you?
How are you?
Good to speak with you, as always. So
Thanks for
we're
having me.
talking about what's in the news. And what is in the news is one of your clients,
Michael J. White.
Michael J.
Yes.
White.
Yeah, Michael
and
J.
we
White.
can see legendary actor,
Yes.
martial artist,
Living legend.
living legend. And he is a client of yours, and he's been in the news lately.
Yeah.
Why he's been in the news is because he's gotten into a little bit of a Twitter beef with Mike Perry, an MMA fighter. So
Yeah.
let's go to the beginning. How did you first link up with the great Michael J. White?
Okay. So I reached out to his wife because I've watched Mr. Michael J. White for a very long time. And I think next to Bruce Lee, he's the best. He's the best at what he does. He knows how many different martial arts, like 8 or 9, you know.
Right.
He studied from the age of, I believe, 7. It's either 7 or 12.
Yeah.
And he's been doing this his whole life. So just because he hasn't entered in the UFC doesn't mean that, he's not a real martial artist or something like that.
The technique, the ability is all there for Mr. Michael J. White.
Yeah,
And so you've studied him, you've seen the training he's done.
I have.
And how did it come together where he came to you to work with
Yeah.
you, to get a suit? How did it all come together?
So, okay, so I've watched all of his movies and I respect a ton, you know. So I reached out to his wife, actually. And I said, Jillian, actually I didn't say Jillian, I said Mrs. White.
Yes.
Make
sure to be respectful.
Yes, at all times, I'm
Yes.
always professional. So I
Yes.
said, Mrs. White,
Yeah.
I have watched and respect your husband for a very long time, and I would like to make him beautiful suits.
Yes.
Can we make that happen? So what she did is, she said, okay, and let me ask my husband. And at that time, she also probably looked us up.
Right.
So then they were on board right away.
And when she looked you up, now we know about the history of Mohan's Custom Tailors.
Yeah.
Since the 80s, you and your team and your father have had celebrity clients, athletes. So when she looked you up, what do you think she saw when she saw the clientele that have come through Mohan's Custom Tailors?
Well, now I'm gonna be like tooting my own horn
Yes,
here.
toot your own horn.
But
You've earned it.
Okay. Okay. Well, I mean, see, now I'm turning red. I'm assuming that she looked at everything we've done with all the clients, from Patrick Ewing all the way up to Curran. It's been hundreds and hundreds of sports athletes,
Right.
and the who's who of every single industry.
Yeah.
So she was probably impressed.
Yes.
She was probably impressed, and that's because of all the hard work that we've put in to our craft and our product.
And so she spoke to her husband, Michael J. White, and she had the conversation, hey, this is Mohan's Custom Tailors, they want to work with you.
Yeah.
When he first came into the store.
Well, wait.
Yes, please.
And
take us through it.
She
Yes.
said, okay, and then let's have a 3-way chat on the phone.
There you go.
So now it was kind of like surreal.
Now it's actually happening.
Yeah, I'm talking to Jillian and Michael J. White on a
Yes.
3-way call.
Yes.
So that was kind of surreal.
And
to hear his voice,
Right.
that same voice that I heard when he's speaking,
And in movies
the
everywhere.
actor,
Yeah,
and
we've
now I'm
seen him
hearing his
everywhere.
voice, and I'm like, whoa, okay.
So what was it like to hear his voice on the call and interact with him? Now, you've seen him in movies. We know everything he's done. He's a celebrity. What was it like to chat with him for the first time?
Surreal.
Yeah.
Surreal. But he was extremely down to earth.
Right.
And yeah, we were just all about, when are we going to do this?
Yeah.
We set a time that I could fly out to him,
Right.
to LA, to bring my shop to him. That's how much I respect this man.
Yeah.
That I brought my store to him. I'm going to cater to you, Michael J. White.
Right.
You are a living legend.
And so you packed up the shop, you brought it to him in
Yeah,
LA.
yeah.
And
that was fun.
What was the first meeting like? What was the first interaction like when you got to meet Michael J. White?
Oh, wow. Okay. So we're taking the Uber, and then I'm talking to the Uber driver. Mind you, I went with my master tailor.
Yes.
So it was me and my master tailor. We woke up early in the morning. It was a long flight to LA. We finally got there. Then I changed on the airport. Then we took the Uber. And I'm trying to ask the Uber, I'm like, this address that we're going to, is it like an address where it's like a rich area or something like that? Because I've never been, I mean, it was the second time I've been to LA, but the first time really doesn't count, and it's another story.
Right.
So then the Uber driver is telling me, it's okay, it's like middle class.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, middle class? And he kind of like, he threw a curveball at me. I'm like, all right. We get there, and we stop at a corner of a block.
Yeah.
And it's an isolated area.
Right.
And there's kind of like a big wall, a wall.
Yeah.
And then I call him, and I'm like, sir, I'm here. So he said, okay, I'm also on my way, but I have my guard there, so he'll assist you. So then all of a sudden, I see the wall on the side. It's a moving gate wall that opens. And I'm like, oh my God. And then it opens, and then you see these a parking area and these two large buildings.
Yeah.
All right. And then the guard comes out, and he says, are you looking for Michael? And I said, yeah. And so we're waiting for him in the parking area, and then all of a sudden he comes in with his wife, with his wonderful, beautiful wife.
Yes, who you had spoken to on Instagram.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And so did you guys click immediately when you started working together, designing his suit? Was it an automatic connection?
It was an automatic, we clicked automatically. He was giving me a tour of, first he was actually giving me a tour of his office. Mm-hmm. He has like this office, and then he has a parking lot, and then across from it, he has a movie studio of his own that he creates his own videos, and probably like some short movies as well. So, and then he said, Victor, it's up to you. We can either do it in the movie studio or we can do it in the office. I said, no, I want to do it in the office where there are like tables and chairs, because I have a lot to lay out. It's not going to happen in no studio.
Right. And so you guys started working together, and you were able to design the custom suit of his needs. Yeah. Right. So
two of them.
So what exactly was he looking for, and how were you able to create it?
Okay, so it was mostly his wife. He left everything up to his wife. Okay. So it was just a matter of him looking at what his wife chose and say, yeah, I could wear that. I could wear that. I could wear that. Yeah. So his wife really has a flair, a super flair for fashion. Right. Jillian White. Yeah. I really have to give it to you, Jillian. She is really, she is really top notch when it comes to fashion. So she knew. She looked through the swatches, and she was flipping out things, and she knew exactly. She's really good at like her trying to visualize. Right. Yeah.
So they visualized, they created, and you were able to work with them. Now, we have to talk about the recent news about Michael J. White.
Yeah.
He's been in the news.
Which is very sad.
And there's been some back and forth on Twitter with the MMA fighter Mike Perry. On Michael J. White, he considers it a misunderstanding. But there was some expletives mentioned on Mike Perry's side towards Michael J. White. There was some racial slurs. So it's kind of devolved into a not great interaction for either party. So what do you think about what's going on in terms of the Twitter beef with Michael J. White and Mike Perry?
I think it's horrible. I think it's sad. Yeah. I think especially against Michael J. White, who is like a pillar of the community. Right. You never see him in any bad PR. Yeah. He doesn't go to nightclubs. He's a family man. Right. He's a family man. Right. Right. So he needs to be left alone. Yes. And for him to get challenged by anyone, I feel is not good. This is the way that I view Michael J. White. Yes. Bruce Lee as an actor. Right. He was the greatest. Yes. Who is the greatest right now of our era, our generation? Michael J. White is the Bruce Lee
Of this generation.
By far. By far. You cannot challenge Bruce Lee.
Right.
It's like he's challenging Michael Jai White.
Right.
It's like challenging Bruce Lee.
Right.
All right. What was Bruce Lee? He was an actor.
Yeah.
Did he go into real fights? Real fighting? There were stories. Did we actually see it? Did we ever see him, Bruce Lee, go into an octagon type thing?
Right. No, we didn't.
And no, we didn't.
Yeah.
No, we didn't. But yet, what do we talk about all the time? We constantly say that he was the greatest. Bruce
Right.
Lee was the greatest.
The greatest, yes, for sure.
So now, why are you attacking Michael Jai White for? He is the Bruce Lee of our time.
Of our generation, right.
He is the Bruce Lee, hands down, he is the
Yeah.
Bruce Lee of our generation.
Right.
You know, and if you don't believe me, watch his movies.
Yes. If Michael J. White was able to get into the octagon and fight some of the best fighters in UFC, maybe contend for that BMF title, how do you think he would fare in the UFC?
You can't, you see now, there's another problem with that, and that's his age.
Right.
You can't ask a 52-year-old man to go into the octagon or to get into a fist fight.
Right.
You know, now he could do that, but you know, to a 52-year-old man versus a 20 to 30-year-old man,
Right.
that's also a difference in levels
Right.
there. You know, in like energy levels, recovery levels, you can't. So it's not fair. Now, if this was a Michael Jai White from 20 years ago,
Yes.
20 to 30 years ago, that's fair.
Right.
Then you can call him in because he was still the best then,
Right.
right?
Absolutely.
So the timing is off. So for Mike Perry to even do this is not, it's wrong.
Yes.
You know, and I respect Mike Perry. I'm not going to bash Mike in any ways. I respect him because he really has walked that walk.
Yes.
Into
He's
the
been, he
UFC.
stepped into that octagon,
Yes,
into
he
that
did.
cage. Right.
Win or lose, even if he has a winning record, losing record, lots of losses,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter.
Right.
What matters is that he's a proven, battle-tested
Right.
fighter.
Well, to wrap it up, you are someone close with Michael J. White.
Very close.
What
yeah.
what would be your final word, the Michael J. White situation, working with him, and what would be the final word from Victor Mohan?
Well, it was a pleasure working with him,
Yeah.
and I plan to do more work with him. As far as this situation, we need to bury it.
Yes.
It needs to be buried and forgotten about. It's never going to happen. This fight is never going to happen. This fictitious,
mythical matchup. Not
that
gonna happen.
everybody wants, it's not going to happen. 'Cause
Right.
It's not. The timing is wrong, and you cannot challenge a legend
Right.
in the first place. That's wrong. That's wrong.
We need to put some respect on Michael J. White's name.
Yes. But all due respect also to Mike Perry.
Yes.
I see what his point is.
Yes.
But Mike, stop it, please. You don't need to go there, Mike. Just stop it. When I first heard the news, I was really taken by it. So I had to say something about this.
I'm glad you were able to get your opinion out, and we could hear from someone who's close to Michael J. White like you are.
Yeah.
Victor Mohan, CEO of
you.
Mohan's Tailors. Thank you so much for expressing your opinion and chatting with
Curran,
us.
you are
Yes,
the
sir.
best of the best.
Yes.
I am honored. I am
Yes.
honored. and
Looking
privileged.
forward.
Thank you.